Um, but yeah, it did not have the fairy tale ending that I was expecting it to have. Hello friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so very glad that you clicked on this video today to join me in bringing you some amazing bookish content. As you can see by today's title, I want to bring you guys my full review on Cinder, book number 1 in the series by Marissa Mayer. There are 3 other books in the series. We have Scarlet, Cress, and Winter, and I started book number 1, Cinder. But yeah, it did not have the fairy tale ending that I was expecting it to have. So I definitely want to get in here and read this. I have a few pages left, not a few pages, maybe like 50 pages left. So I thought, why not turn this into like a mini reading vlog? You know what I mean? Sit down here, the sun just coming in. I feel like the lighting looks really nice. Let's just sit down, or let me sit down and read the last, I think 50 pages I have in this book, and then give you my honest thoughts. Like, I was debating on like giving away spoilers with this, and then a part of me was like, no, don't give away spoilers. I'm just gonna give you my honest thoughts. So I mean, I'm gonna do my best to not like give too many things away, because I definitely feel like this is 100% a recommendation for me for other people. But also what I can say is, as it being like YA, this book is actually like, I don't want to say middle grade, just because I think like the romance themes, it being a Cinderella retelling and all of that, but it's so like G rating, like nothing. I don't actually think anybody even kissed in this book. Like, if I can think, maybe like a kiss on the hand, maybe. So like super appropriate, I think, for even maybe those around the age of 13 and 12. Like I don't know, like that's something that like I realized about this book. I think that's why I liked it so much. But yeah, so I want to finish these last few pages with you guys here, and then I want to give you my raw and honest thoughts when I finish. Yeah, I'm excited. Let's dive in. We'll do a little montage-y type moment with a little calming music for you guys. You know what we do here on the channel, and I will catch up with you when I am all done reading. Gosh, what's going on? Oh my goodness. I knew it. 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 Okay? I'm telling you. I knew it. Okay. I'm done reading Cinder. Okay, let's talk about this. So Cinder is a Cinderella retelling written by Marissa Mayer, and unfortunately it did not have the Cinderella ending that I was hoping it would have, but it's gonna get there. I'm feeling it. But basically we have Cinder, which is a young cyborg girl, a teenager, and she is living in the Commonwealth in Beijing, China. That is where this is taking place. Obviously, there are references and comments towards the United States and Africa and Britain and different places, but this book is mainly taking place and is taking place in the Commonwealth, is in Beijing, China. And this book is kind of following two different societies, you can say, those who are in Beijing, China, in the Commonwealth, and then the Lunars who live on the moon in space. And the Lunars are supposed to be these really terrible, scary people who have had rulers and have a current ruler named Lavania, I believe her name is. That is kind of what I've been calling her, who has the power to brainwash and control people's minds. And apparently the Queen Lavania, who is now in charge, is extremely ugly, extremely vicious, extremely evil. She actually murdered the previous king and queen and their daughter so that she could have complete reign. But being so ugly, it's really hard to brainwash people when you're not beautiful. So she has put an illusion over herself, has brainwashed all of the people that are lunar, and then now is working to brainwash the Commonwealth, those who are down below, because she wants to become empress, but she has to marry the emperor. So she's working her magic, her charm to try to convince the emperor, whose name is Kai, because his father has recently passed away because of a disease called Lomotis that is currently spreading through the world. And she's claiming to have this perfect cure, know it all, have everything, and that he needs to marry her, this young Kai, this handsome prince, because it's going to give her more power and more control. She has all control on the moon. Now she needs all control on Earth. So that's kind of what you're following. But Kai is torn. His father was completely against it. The people are completely against it. They know that she brainwashes people. They know it's an illusion, but they don't have power to combat that brainwashing. So if it happens, there's nothing they can do. So it's kind of been a back and forth kind of disagreement, trying to make a treaty of what's going to happen. Well, we're following Cinder. She is a young cyborg teenager who is living in the Commonwealth at this time. She's a mechanic. So she's fixing cars, fixing robots, and cyborgs, and just different things, little like little robot maids that people can buy, little tablets. The Netlink is where everything is on. So that's kind of what she's doing. Well, one day the Prince Kai has to come into town. He goes to her booth at the market where she's just like taking orders to fix things. He needs his android fixed. It's broken. And at first she doesn't notice who he is. Oh, yada, 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 whatever, just a normal customer. But he kind of flashes his charm. He's the prince. He's under disguise to try to get her to do it. And he kind of starts falling for her. So during the book, you kind of watch her kind of distant of like, I'm a cyborg, hide who I am, don't let anybody see that's who I am. I'm weird, I'm different, you know what I mean? And then you have this guy named Kai, the prince, who's like kind of interested in her. She's working on his android, whatnot. But really what's sad for Cinder is that she's living with her stepmom, so to speak, and her two sisters, and they absolutely hate her, except for her youngest sister, Peony. And so she's living at home, struggling, going through just all of the issues that Cinderella actually went through during when you watch the Cinderella movies and whatnot. And she's trying to get through that. She's trying to get through the issues that she's having at home. She's treated fairly. She's treated unfairly. She's treated terribly. They hate her. But Peony, her little sister, loves her. Well, Peony ends up getting sick with the disease and ends up passing away. Cinder is blamed by her mother, her stepmother, by her sister, everything. She's just treated terribly. She's trying to get out. So she decides, I'm going to run away and I'm going to leave. I'm going to get out of Dodge. I'm going to go fix me up an old junker car and I'm going to another state. I'm getting away from all these people. But her feelings for Kai grow stronger, his feelings for her, and then he invites her to the ball. So he's having a great ball to be coronated in as emperor because his father passed away, and he wants her to be his guest, his date to the ball. But she's like, I can't. I'm a cyborg. I can't do it. It's impossible. I'm not worthy of that. What if he finds out? And then while that's simultaneously happening, she is now being hunted down by scientists, all the cyborgs, so that they can locate this person that they need who has the genetic makeup to be immune to the disease, to give the antidote to all of the people. And the scientist ends up working with her, and she's secretly helping with that. So she's ended up spending more time with Kai because he's the scientist for the emperor, you know what I mean? So like they're spending more time together. He's falling for her more. But on the down low, the scientists and Cinder are really talking about things. He's giving her more light. He's giving her more understanding of who she is. Where does she come from? Why is she a cyborg? Why is she immune to this disease? What is her backstory? And slowly but surely throughout the book, you get to understand what's going on and who she truly is. At the same time, you're following Kai dealing with the Lunar Queen coming and trying to take power and take control. So towards the end of the book, as you're going through all of that, the Lunar Queen comes to the world, and she's trying to force Kai to marry her. But Cinder gets some tipped off information about to not trust the queen, and decides she's gonna go to the ball anyways. Although she wants to escape, she set up her car, she's gonna leave, but I care about Kai. Let me go and tell him that he can't do it. It's a lie, don't do it. But when she goes, based on the information that she has learned from the doctor, the queen kind of is suspecting her. Maybe she's not just cyborg. Maybe she's not human. Maybe she's a shell, part lunar. Or maybe she's actually lunar, full lunar. So you're kind of like figuring that out. And so at the ball, there's issues, there's destruction. People figure out she's a cyborg. Kai is just like, he doesn't know what to do. Too much is going on, and the queen wants her dead. And you're trying to figure out, well, if she's a shell, half lunar, put her in prison, make her a slave. You know what I mean? If she's full lunar, take her back, make her a slave. But why does the queen want to kill her so badly? So then she gets captured, they take her in, there's something different about her. We figure out, I think this girl might be something. She might be lunar. So when she's in prison, the doctor actually comes to visit her and is like, you know what? I'm so sorry that you got in this predicament. I tried to tell you as you and I were working in the lab that don't go near the castle when the queen comes. Don't go do it. You know what I mean? It's not safe. She's going to suspect you. She's going to think something's different in you. Everyone else can't, but I don't think you should. And so now you're in this predicament. But I want you to escape. I want you to get to freedom. This Commonwealth, this world needs you. Why do they need Cinder? And at the end of the book, you figure out why they need her. She's the key, the answer that they've all been looking for. But although it's like you figure out she's so worth it, although throughout the book you see her say things like, I'm not worth it, I'm just a cyborg, I deserved, let me die, I'm not important, even though you see her develop that and see people around her don't notice it, they don't understand, you know what I mean? So at the end of the book you figure out why she's so important. And so I think reading this and going into it, if that all makes sense, which I hope it does, I just kind of expect it, because it's a Cinderella retelling, her and Kai to live happily ever after, but that's not what happened. She actually got sent to prison by him. And so you just kind of at the end of this book thinking the doctor wants her to escape, to get free, to go to Africa, where he's testing and doing different things there because he wants to help her. She is the key to make sure that the queen is put to death. She has no power and no reign. So I think this is a fantastic book. Now, what I was saying in the beginning of how this book is not something that is inappropriate. There's literally one kiss in the book. I actually saw it literally as I said in the beginning. I don't think there's any kisses in the book. There's one kiss where she just randomly goes up to Kai and kisses him at the ball. Very randomly. It was super cringy. Not sure why she did it. But it's a very GPG rated book. If you're someone and you have children maybe who are a little bit younger, maybe 13, 14, 15, I would recommend this book. I wouldn't just say, YA, maybe 17, 18, 19 in your 20s. This is a book that I think is highly, appropriate for a younger age. And that's what I liked about it. I think that's why I dove into it so much. The color of the book, the cover of the book is just absolutely beautiful and stunning. It pops off the page. So it's you want to read it, you want to know what it's about. And then I really love how for this Cinderella retelling, she took it on a completely different level. She made Cinder a cyborg. So she's part human, part cyborg, or part being, part cyborg, you know what I mean? So you get that little element of it. You get that she's a mechanic. When you think about the Cinderella movies and whatnot, she's usually a maid, cleaning things up, cooking, super dirty and filthy. But in this, she let her become a mechanic. So then she's super dirty and filthy. She's fixing things, cleaning. And I just really love how she took that aspect of it and made it so, just changed the story in that way. And also what I really loved is that incorporating the lunars, a whole different set of people and entity, and having them come and attack the world, versus when you watch regular Cinderella stuff, it's the evil stepmom and stepsister are who's against Cinderella, you know what I mean? And then the fairy godmother comes and helps and everything like that. And then the princess is trying to figure out who she is. She left her glass slipper, then he finds her and they fall in love. But there has never been a higher power or a big force that's kind of causing Cinder issue on top of her stepmother and her sisters. So I really like that they added that extra element, because I feel like this book could have ended quickly and it would have just followed that regular path that it goes with adding all that extra information there, the lunars, war, the different things that are going on, the disease. It allows this to carry on into another book. So I need to get then Scarlet, which is the next book in the series, and I need to read it. I'm assuming Scarlet might be, yeah, Scarlet is the next one that I need to, I believe she also in the back of this book gave us a little bit of like a prologue to the next book, I think. Let me see here. Yes, Scarlet is the next book. So it's a little like little bit here that I can read. There's also something in there that says glitches, and I don't think this also has to do with Cinder. So I'm gonna look into that, like in the back of the book here, something that says glitches, and then this is Scarlet. And both of them, when you read them, like when I just kind of scanned over it, let's see here. When you scanned over, yeah, like both of these, like Glitches and Scarlet kind of follow and say Cinder. So it makes me think, is one of them a novella? And I know Scarlet is book 2. So I'm definitely going to look into both of those and read it. But yeah, so I can kind of know if I need to just dive into book 2 or do I need to read Glitches? How does it go? But I am loving it, you guys. I think it's amazing that she added that extra element into the story. It broadened it. There were moments in this book where I do feel, though, towards the beginning, certain things that were said immediately let you foreshadow to what would happen in the end of the book. You know what I mean? She gave really nice clues throughout the book. I also like how with this character, obviously a lot of stories are like this, Cinder felt really unsure of herself and really negative about being different, about being a cyborg, about having metal, body parts and different things. And so you see her like throughout the story really struggle with that, but you also see her finding moments where she triumphs out of that, where she's like, I'm gonna go to the palace and I'm gonna tell the Kai, I'm gonna escape out of prison, I'm gonna go to Africa where the doctor says go, even though I feel these things. You know what I mean? Even though I feel like a cyborg, I'm gonna dress up in this dress and I'm still gonna go to the ball. Like, so I just really love that she took those leaps of faith to really do that. And then the book has really beautiful imagery. Like there was a moment that says, what captured Cinder's eyes was not modern technology, but a cobblestone road lined with cherry blossom trees. And it was when she first, and it says bamboo screens framing the garden entrances through peep windows and steadily trickling streams. So she ended up going to the palace and being able to go speak with the doctor, and that's what she saw. So you get beautiful imagery throughout the book. You get those Cinderella references that are really fun and cheeky. So I just think it was fantastic. I mean, it was action-packed. There were moments that you were sitting on the edge of your seat. There are moments that you were like, oh my gosh, Kai and Cinder, it's so beautiful. There are moments that you felt sad and just worried. And then the fact that the book ended and it really wasn't a Cinderella retelling ending that you would expect, like they fall in love. Actually, it was like the complete opposite. He put her in prison. So yeah, I'm loving it. I hope that this gave you guys enough motivation to want to pick up the book and read it. I will have it linked down below in my description box for you guys. I'm obviously going to jump into book 2, Scarlet, and then look into what Glitches is, if that's like a little, what was I gonna say, like novella or something. I'll make sure I read both of those. And obviously, as I finish these books, more of these review videos will be coming for you guys. I cannot recommend it enough. But yeah, I really do hope that you guys enjoyed. And if you did, please do not forget to give the video a thumbs up, hit your notification bell so you can be notified every single time I post a video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and join the Bookish fam, because we are so nice and we have so much fun together. And yes, I will catch you guys in my very next video.